The phone buzzed in my hand, my mom's voice trembling on the other end. "Please, sweetie, Nana needs you. She's really sick." Her words cracked like brittle glass, dripping with what I'd later realize was crocodile tears. I was sprawled across my couch in Indianapolis, suitcases stacked around me, buzzing with excitement for our big family cruise. That thrill popped like a balloon, replaced by a gnawing worry. "Of course I'll stay," I said without a second thought. "The cruise doesn't matter if Nana's in trouble." Oh, how those words would come back to bite me. I'm Lily Harper, 28, the dependable daughter who's always stepped up when the chips were down. But that loyalty was about to get a brutal stress test. I'd been counting down to this cruise for months, our first real family getaway in ages. Me, my parents, my little sister Chloe, and a handful of relatives were supposed to set sail. I'd taken time off from my accounting gig, splurged on sundresses, the works. Then Mom's call hit, claiming Nana was hospitalized. I didn't hesitate, dropped everything and sped toward the hospital. But then my phone pinged mid-drive. A social media post from Chloe. I pulled over, heart pounding, and there it was. My entire family grinning on the cruise ship, champagne flutes clinking. "Best vaki ever. Hashtag family goals, hashtag cruise life," her caption gloated. My hand shook as I zoomed in. Mom, Dad, Chloe, my aunts and uncles all beaming on the deck. They'd lied. They ditched me, weaponizing my love for Nana to pull it off. At the hospital, the kicker. No record of Nana being admitted. My calls to Mom and Dad? Straight to voicemail. Chloe blocked me faster than you can say betrayal. It hit like a sucker punch. Tears streaming, I drove to Nana's house. Her porch light glowed. And when she answered the door, hale and hearty, she blinked at my wrecked state. "Lily, honey, what's wrong?" she asked, folding me into a hug that smelled of her signature lilac perfume. Over tea in her snug living room, the dam broke. I spilled it all, the cruise, the fake emergency, Chloe's smug post. "I don't get it, Nana," I choked out. "Why would they do this? Why use you?" Her face tightened, a storm brewing in her eyes. She'd always treated Chloe and me the same, but Mom and Dad? They played favorites since we were kids. Chloe got ballet classes. I got student loans. I'd mowed Nana's lawn, driven her to appointments, flipped through faded photo albums with her. Chloe only showed up with her hand out, yet she was their princess. "They called last week," Nana said, her voice sharp. "Your mom asked me to fake being sick if you came by." I said no way. I didn't think they'd actually pull this. The cruise wasn't cheap, $2,000 ahead for a week in the Caribbean. I'd scrape by on extra shifts to cover mine. Now I wondered if my cash had upgraded someone else's suite. "What kills me," I said, staring at my hands, "is they didn't need some big lie. They could have just said they didn't want me there. Instead, they used you to twist the knife." Nana squeezed my hand, her grip fierce. "Sometimes people show you their true colors, even when they think they're slick about it. The question is, what are you gonna do with that?" Her eyes glinted with something bold. A spark I hadn't clocked before. She'd been watching this family circus closer than any of us knew, and she had a plan. My phone buzzed again. A text from my cousin Mia, clueless I'd been cut out. Sharing cruise pics in the family chat. There was Chloe in the dress I'd helped her pick, Mom and Dad poolside with cocktails, everyone dolled up for dinner, laughing carefree. Then I spotted it. Mom's diamond necklace, the heirloom Nana gave her to split between me and Chloe when we hit 30. She gave it to Chloe already, didn't she? I asked, shoving the photo at Nana. Even though I'm older. Even though it was for both of us. Nana's jaw clenched. "That necklace has been ours for 3 generations. My mom divided her jewels fair and square." Then came the bombshell, the cruise? Paid for with her money. $15,000 she'd handed over 2 months back for a trip meant to include us all. Instead, they pocketed my share for luxe cabins and side trips. "I've seen how they treat you different," she said, voice heavy. I kept hoping they'd wise up. But this is it. She yanked a fat envelope from her desk. "I wasn't gonna show you yet. But you need to see." Inside? A paper trail of their favoritism, bank records, photos, emails, notes. Every time they'd picked Chloe over me, every dime they'd skewed her way. It wasn't my imagination. It was cold, calculated fact. "Why?" I whispered, reeling. "Why gaslight me into thinking I was crazy?" Nana's eyes blazed. "'Cause that's what cowards do when they're guilty. They make you doubt yourself. But not anymore, Lily." The next morning, back in my apartment, Chloe texted, Mom says you're spreading lies. Why can't you just be happy for us instead of ruining everything? Rage flared. They were still painting me as the bad guy. Screw that. I fired back on social media. Funny how they faked Nana's hospital stay to ditch me from a cruise her money paid for. Funnier still how I'm the problem. I attached Chloe's gloating pic. Boom, likes, shares. Shock from friends and kin flooded in. Cousins texted, piecing together years of me getting the short end. Then Dad called. Take that post down now, he barked. You're humiliating us. No, Dad. I shot back. You humiliated us when you lied about Nana, stole her cash, and left me out. That's on you. Silence. Then, I see, if you don't apologize publicly, you'll regret it. We've protected you all these years, kept things from you. Push this and you'll see. He hung up, leaving me rattled. Protected me from what? I rang Nana. They're threatening me. Saying they've hidden stuff. What's going on? She paused. Check your email. It's time you knew it all. My inbox pinged. A 25-year-old trust doc from Grandpa. He'd left over $2 million for his grandkids, split even at 30. Bank statements followed, withdrawals funding Chloe's lessons, school, wedding, all from my cut. They've been robbing you since you were 3, Nana said. Your mom conned the trustee, her brother, Mark, into early access, claiming it was for you. It wasn't. Another email landed from Uncle Mark. Lily, I'm done covering for them. The cruise scam broke me. Here's every transaction. I'm sorry I didn't stop it. The files showed worse. Mom and Dad had skimmed for themselves too. Why keep this from me? I asked Nana. I only found out lately, she said. I gave them the cruise cash as a test. They flunked hard. Then she dropped the kicker. Check the second attachment. Her updated will. I was her sole heir, including majority shares in Dad's company. They're about to learn, she said, steel in her tone. Actions have consequences. Next day, I met Uncle Mark at a downtown cafe. He slid me a folder, hands shaky. They're saying it was for your own good, protecting you from too much money young. But look at this. A new doc, offshore transfers. They're planning to bolt with what's left of your trust. The cruise was a dry run. Chloe's text hit then, you're jealous, always have been. Too late, we'll be gone and you'll have zip. I showed Mark. They're moving fast, he said. We've gotta act. Nana picked up on the first ring. They're at the company now, your dad's clearing his office. Security tipped me off. Can they stop him? Better, I've called the cops and FBI. You're the controlling shareholder now, Lily. Papers filed this morning. Get there. Another text from Mom. Ungrateful brat. You'll regret this. But I wasn't scared anymore. I had proof and nothing to lose. I rolled up as they exited the building, boxes in tow, Chloe fidgeting. They froze when they saw me. What are you doing here? Dad snapped. Funny, I said coolly. I was gonna ask you that. Stealing from my company. Your company? Chloe sneered. I flashed the ownership docs. Nana's shares are mine now. What's in those boxes? Proof you looted my trust. Mom blanched. Sirens wailed. FBI and police swarmed in. Nana stepped out of Mark's car, eyes fierce. You don't get it, Mom begged. We did this for the family. No, I said. You did it for Chloe. And you were gonna run with my money. I turned to Chloe. Worth it. 3 months later, sipping coffee in Nana's garden, I watched leaves drift down. The feds uncovered more. Company embezzlement. Federal charges for Mom and Dad, Chloe cutting a deal to testify and fleeing to Minnesota, broke and alone. Her apology? Too little, too late. Grandpa'd be proud, Nana said. Money shows who people really are. She was right. I'd turned their betrayal into power, scholarships at the company, honest books, a fresh start. I just wanted fairness, I admitted. She grinned. Sometimes the worst crap life throws at you turns into the best gifts. You've made it yours. And I had stronger, wiser, free.